Guys, this is David Greene with Keller Williams. I'm here at my Brookhaven listing. I wanted to take a second to show you guys around, show you what we did to the house to get it ready to sell and how we got multiple offers and eventually an over asking price offer. So we're going to have the high sale in the neighborhood. This house was a little different than some of the ones that we do, and I wanted to take a little more in-depth approach and show you guys what we did. So come on in. Alright, so here we are inside. This is your living room and the dining room. In this property, we actually cleaned up the floors. As you can see, they're in really good shape, and then we repainted the entire interior so it pops. We repainted some of the woodworking on here. It gives it kind of a new and a fresh look. It was a little worn and weathered, and it makes a really big difference once it's been repainted, and that's a really cheap upgrade that you can make that makes a big difference to buyers. We also put a new carpet here in the stairs and in the entire upstairs as well, and that was all done very cheap as well. Here in the kitchen, this is a really big improvement to how it looked before. We've got kitchen cabinets that have been freshly painted. That was only a couple $100s, and it makes a really big difference in how the kitchen looks. We have recessed lighting that we put in. We have brand new granite countertops as well as brand new appliances, and this was all painted also. As you can see, this woodwork here was painted as well as the mantle over the fireplace. And this area, even though this is an older home, it actually looks really good once we fixed it up some. And backyard got cleaned up as well, but I'm gonna take you guys upstairs to show you what we did up there. All right, so this bedroom here was actually a loft when we got the house. So this was wide open, and this was kind of a loft area, and this was a 3-bedroom house. Whenever you're selling the house, buyers are gonna look at comparable properties and see what they sold for when they make a determination of how much they're gonna sell or try to buy your house for. If a house has 4 bedrooms, it compares to more expensive houses that have more to offer a buyer than when it's a 3-bedroom house. So for about $1,200, we were able to convert this loft into a bedroom, which now makes it compare to the 4-bedroom houses, and we found that those were selling for about $15,000 more. That was a really small expense that led to a really big increase in price that my seller is really happy with. And then, as I told you before, we added all new carpet. So in addition to the carpet in the loft, we also added ceiling fans into each bedroom. And then, as you can see, these cabinets right here were repainted the same color as the stuff downstairs, and it's a big improvement to what we had before. That's good. All right, this is the guest bathroom upstairs. We used the same granite that we made when we did the kitchen, which we got at an awesome price because we had leftover granite. Granite is a lot cheaper than what you may be thinking. In the last couple of years, the price of it's come down a lot. We were able to get it on sale. It was actually on clearance, and it's still really nice. And because we used the same granite in the bathroom that we did in the kitchen, it was only a couple $100s more to do the granite in the bathrooms as well, and it makes a big difference to the buyers. And we painted the cabinets here. Again, another couple $100, and made a really big difference in the way that this house looked. This place actually was not in very good shape. This had been owned by a tenant, and they had tore it up pretty good, and we cleaned it up really nice. You'll see some of the pictures from before didn't look anything like this. But for a couple $1,000s, we were able to put granite and paint the cabinets in each of the bathrooms, and made a really big difference in the sales price. Now, this house was originally worth about $385,000 to $390,000. After putting what accounted to $12,000 to $15,000 into it, it ended up being listed for $420,000 and selling for $430,000. That's a huge return on your money to put a little bit into fixing up your house and get a lot more on the other end. It also allowed us to be really picky about which buyer we worked with, and we were able to take the one that was the strongest. When you're ready to talk about selling your house, I'd love to be able to talk to you, go over some of these things, how I can help you to get it in a condition to sell for the very most possible and make it as smooth of a transaction for you as we can. This house is now sold, under contract, and ready to close. If you'd like to hear more about what we did and how we did it, please let me know. I'd love to see one of these in front of your house and know how I can help you.